Hello everyone. Welcome to this lunar forecast for the full moon in Libra, April 16th. I am Rachel Moon of Mystic Hand Tarot, and today I will be pulling cards from the Native Spirit Tarot, as well as the Collective Consciousness Oracle deck for our messages for the full moon. And this Native Spirit Tarot, you've probably seen me use this before. This was a gift to me from Libra Tarot, and if you are interested in purchasing a deck, you can also purchase a deck and contribute to my channel by going to dabrigh.com, that is DABRIGH.com, and use the offer code Rachel Moon to get 20% off the Native Spirit Tarot. And you'll get to have a little peek at these when we pull cards for our reading today. But before we get started, we'll talk about the energy of the full moon, and we'll talk about what astrology is active right now. We do have the full moon is in Libra, so that is the energy of relationships, perhaps some romance coming in. So all of this is being highlighted for us, and not just relationships with other people and not just romantic relationships, but our relationship with money as well, because Venus, who rules Libra and Taurus, but specifically because we have the full moon in Libra right now, Venus is also ruler over our material plane and our material comforts. So that can also be highlighted for us. Anything in that realm of material comfort and money is part of that. We also have April 10th through 29th, Mercury in Taurus, which is going to slow down our thinking process. And while this can help us to make some really calculated decisions, it can also bring up some stubbornness or passive aggressiveness in communication. So be on the lookout for that, but also go ahead and use this to your advantage. If you're making any difficult decisions right now, this is a really good time to do it, because you will be calculated in your approach to that decision making. And just one more note before we get started. I did announce on my new moon video that I would be hosting an event on the 16th, deepening your connection with your intuition with meditation and writing, and I am going to push that out to next month. It is something I want to do for every full moon, but I have a little bit too much on my plate this month, and I am needing to bring some balance in. So I will be announcing more about that in the weeks to come, and if you're interested in it, please do check it out. It has been a very wonderful experience for me to get to share that with others, and yes, I will be starting that back up again next month in May. So for our full moon in Libra reading, we're going to be looking at what is being illuminated, what is leaving. Ooh, cards did something interesting there. Where we're headed with this energy, and then how can we nurture ourselves? And that card will be coming out of the Oracle deck, the Collective Consciousness Oracle. All right. So, what is being illuminated? We have the Knight of Coins reversed. So we've definitely got some interesting energy around money with this Knight of Coins reversed. There is a feeling of needing to recalibrate, go back over what we've already done financially. Perhaps some of the seeds we have planted, we're wondering what they're doing, what they're going to be producing for us. And we are tempted with this card to tinker with that, to mess with the balance of things, and this is asking you to be patient. So tap into some of that Mercury and Taurus energy and be patient for those things that you have set up for yourself in relationships and in your finances to grow. Because as you know, if you are a gardener and you plant seeds, you can't go back and uncover them and see if they've started sprouting yet. You have to wait for them to show above ground. So that is what this card is letting you know. If you have some anxiety on this full moon around finances and relationships, there's going to be a need to really be patient and slow down and let yourself just be where you are with things. All right, so let's see what is leaving this full moon. We've got another reversal coming up, and this looks like it is, yes, the Six of Cups in the reverse. So things from the past that are leaving us, things that we've been attached to from the past, perhaps friendships and relationships, because this is the Cups suit, and the Six of Cups is specific to friends and relationships. So friendships are leaving. Old things that we no longer resonate with, that are no longer in service to our highest good, are leaving in terms of connections to other people. And we're having to perhaps mourn and grieve some of that during this full moon period. And where is this energy taking us? Another card in the reverse. We have the Hermit reversed. So this is taking us out of our shell. This is also asking us to look at our wisdom and bring that with us, so that we're not in, just moving out into the world just to move out into the world because we're anxious and we need to get going on some relationship or some interaction or some project, but really to be intentional about that moving out into socializing and into the greater realm of your community, to consider who you are, who you want to show up as, how you want to play out these interactions with others. And it's not about planning or like, oh, I'm going to say this or this is how I'm going to show up with a rigidness or a desire to mask who you really are, but to really tap in and touch into the truth of who you are and be open to sharing that and being vulnerable with others. And what I find interesting with this is if those relationships that are no longer aligned for us are leaving, and we're moving out into the world and we're meeting new people, then we are getting this opportunity to recognize who we truly are deep down inside of ourselves and connect that to new relationships, new experiences, because those people that are no longer aligned for us, they're probably not going to find interest in a friendship with us either, if we're changing and growing and we're learning about new aspects of the self, and we're really radiating energy that is more in alignment with the truth of who we are. It's even possible that people from the past got to know a different version of you. Perhaps it's not as an authentic version of you, or maybe, you weren't feeling as confident in yourself, so you hid some parts of yourself. So that is leaving now. And now you're becoming more in tune with the truth of who you are, more in tune with your wisdom, and showing up in a new way. And that is just going to automatically cause some people to leave. And that's okay. That's what happens when we grow and we sort of grow out of certain scenarios. And it doesn't mean that those people are wrong or bad people. They're just no longer aligned with where we are and where we're going. So acceptance of that is important with these cards coming out for this full moon in Libra. And how can we nurture ourselves through these changes and this growth and all these reversals here? Inner child. I love it. We can tune in with our inner child. And I love that this is like this sort of protective shield that's being lifted. We're allowing that authentic self out. We're connecting with the truth of who we are, our truest self, which goes back to before we were programmed in this culture to be whoever we have, decided to be in order to be in a career or be in a public arena. But this is the truth of who we are. It's not who we are showing up as at our work or showing up as in areas where we have to mask some aspect of ourselves. So how we can nurture ourselves through is to connect with that authenticity and allow ourselves to truly be vulnerable as well. And it goes right back to that Hermit card, which is where we're headed. We are moving into a space of being more authentic and more vulnerable. So how do we do that? We do it by connecting with our inner child who reflects a more pure essence of who we are. And you can do that. I have some tips for that, and I will include those in the email. If you're on my email list, I will include those for you to check out. But yeah, there's many ways to do this, and you'll just have to sign up for my email list if you want those special little tidbits. Those of you who are in the know will have that, and those of you who are not, go to mystichandtarot.com and sign up for my email list so you can get all the little special extras that I offer my fan base and my followers there. So thank you all for arriving here to check out this lunar forecast video with me, and I appreciate your energy being a part of this, and I will see you on the new moon in May.